Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Ragnarok, issue number 12 from IDW, made by Walter Simonson. Before we go into this video, I want to say something to all of you. My channel reached 401 subscribers. That's crazy. And I'm very, very thankful. So thank you so much for your continuously support. And yeah, it's just crazy. I never thought I would ever reach that amount of subscribers. So again, thank you so much. So also on the other hand, YouTube struck a video of mine called Absolution Number 1 because I believe the title was controversial to them or something, because normally I would put in the name of the comic and then something behind that, to attract viewers. They thought it was offensive somehow, according to the YouTube guidelines. So I tried to, make an appeal to them and try to get my video back. Let's see if this happens. So without further ado, let's go into this issue. Well, as you know, I'm a big fan of Ragnarok. Probably the best Thor out there yet. I mean, I like Marvel's Thor, but this, to me, is new, it's fresh, and at some point, it's even better, in my opinion, of course. So let's dive in. So, this is the last issue of Volume 2, by the way. We see here Drifa, and she's been, I don't know, meditating, and then the companion of Thor is here, and it's called Ratatosk, and Ratatosk is alive again, and he asks where Thor is, and Drifa says they are going to... They are at the Black Hold to kill Angantyr along with her father. And so Ratatosk goes off and to find Thor. And well, Angantyr is been struck by... there's the blade has a name, I forgot. But it's some kind of a cursed blade, and he is dying. And Ratatosk is finding Thor because he's weakened. He picks up all of these golden apples things and he shoves it in Thor's mouth. And well, Regn here, yeah, I'm sorry, this is Regn. Regn has been stabbed by the sword, and he is, well, dying. And he gets help from, I don't know, the daughter of Angantyr, because Angantyr was so stupid enough to give her to him. So she helps him. Then throws the sword into the air. Well, Thor is still, recuperating. And he says, enough, Ratatosk, I'm awake and you're alive. Everybody says that. Give me the rest of the damn apple slices. Well, Angantyr says, you're a fool, Regn. Hervor, that's the name of this undead woman, cannot help you. The sword is still mine. This time I'll cut you in half and have my smith sew you back together with iron thread. But Regn, he is what's the word? Infallible? Is that the word? Well, he's probably not the right word, but he is gathering his last strength, and he uses the sword that he gets from his daughter, and he cuts the hands of Angantyr off. Looks cool, but and he says, Thor. Now, and Thor, far away, says, I hear you, Regn. And he throws Mjolnir, I hope I said that correctly, and Mjolnir flies towards the citadel, and then, looks great, towards this, well, cursed sword, I guess. And then this is happening, and energy overload, the sword breaks, and then all the energy inside has been released, destroying the citadel at its core, at its heart, if you will, along with everybody in there. So, and then the hammer, look at what kind of speed does it have? So Thor says, I don't have my iron gauntlets, Ratatosk. Catching Mjolnir will be difficult. And then also scream. I mean, it goes so fast, it has a sound. And then, but it, it's too heavy, or maybe it's going too fast, and Thor needs to let it go, and his hand is now burning. I like the fact, because I hadn't realized the gauntlets that Thor used to have. Is it on the cover? No. Is protecting him from Mjolnir, because probably it's too powerful. So basically this is some kind of a weakness, which I like. I mean, you know, I like that superheroes has a or multiple weaknesses that can be exploited. Although not really a weakness here, but you see that he's hurt. And then Thor hears a scream and he says, Drifa. Drifa is being attacked by Draugr, but he has that, I don't know, energy blaster, and he does this, which looks really cool. I love the lightning and the colors, by the way. And the art of Walter Simonson, said it before, said it again. It's really good. Probably, if not the best work he has ever created. And that man is, I don't know, above 70 or something? I'm not entirely sure, but he's an old man. But he's so good. And so Drifa says, my father's dead, isn't he? I'm sorry, Drifa. And your hands burned? Yes. Destroying Tyrfing released the binding energies of its curse. So Tyrfing, I forgot, that's the name of the sword that was spinning around, and Thor hit that with Mjolnir. And he says it released the binding energies of its curse all at once. We couldn't think of any other way to kill Angantyr. So he's dead too. Someone told me nothing comes without a cost. But I will take a weregild. So I thought to myself, what is a weregild? So, but Thor says, name it and I accept it. And she shoots him. And she says, good, I see that your wound is healing. So I believe weregild is maybe a blood oath, something like that. So Thor is in her debt because, well, he was responsible for, you know, killing her mother and basically also her father. And so she says, Angantyr did break his curse. Yeah, because Thor was stabbed. He has trouble healing, and now that the sword is destroyed, Thor powers returning and he's healing again. Thor says, so aren't you going to demand my life as weregild? What good would that to me? I have a higher price in mind. I want the life of all those like Angantyr, the lesser enemies and the great enemies. Basically, she wants to get rid of all the evil in this world, and she wants to have the light shine upon the dust lands again. Thor says, I don't know about the lights, but I will do my utmost to pay the full price of your desire. And it is well, she says. Now let's go find your gauntlets. So they go into this destroyed citadel, and basically they find their gauntlets, but they also, Thor wants to apologize about, you know, her father being dead. She says, I don't want to talk about him. I cried every night when he was asleep. I couldn't read his future any more than I can read yours, but I knew his span would not be long. Once Mama was gone, I knew, but I'm done crying. You should find your gauntlets. I have something to find too. So yeah, he got his gauntlets back, and Drifa found her sword that she gave to her father, undamaged. She says, so is my sword, still as bright when I gave it to Papa. Really cool. And then she says to Thor, I have a favor to ask as well, but it's not part of the weregild. Thor says, yes. Fire this place as you fired the funeral pyre in Asgard ruins. So yeah, in the last issue that happens, well, was it the last issue? I believe so, or maybe the issue before that. But Thor says that he is not really that powerful yet because of the wound, but he will, you know, use his powers, what he has now, to, you know, make a pyre and basically honoring Regn's death and, you know, or the life of Drifa's father, which is really cool. But then, out of nowhere, this creature with Creature's hand, who has more hands with swords in it, rises and attacks Thor viciously and very quickly. Thor evades the enemy and fights back, and he says, enough. And then he uses Mjolnir to do this. Looks really cool. I love that this version of Thor is a no-nonsense, guys. No stupid jokes, no quirky remarks. Just do what he has to do, and he does it without hesitation. I love it. So he basically thinks that this was a, how do you say, a spawn of Jormungandr. And that the blood here could be poisonous, so he asked Drifa to stay away. But then a few days later, he goes back to the village when he met this troll that is now protecting the village. And he says, Thor and a child and flying goats. Well met, Thunderer, I did not look to see you again so soon. I brought a friend in need of sanctuary, Javok, and I thought of you. He says, a squirrel, another friend, a long story. So he says, well, basically they are introduced to each other. And Drifa, this is my Javok, my friend. Isn't he a troll? You're a black elf. He won't hold that against you. You must return the courtesy. I like Drifa to stay here. Javok says, whatever parents, both dead, sacrificed to destroy a great evil. She has no one. I will leave one of the goats here as a guardian. You needn't feed him, and Fury will be a help against Draugr. Is he tame? No, but as long as Drifa is well treated and the villagers don't annoy her, he'll be fine. Anyway, so it was important to Thor that the villagers will adopt or treat Drifa very well, because basically their lives is hanging in balance if that's not the case. Thor isn't saying that, but, you know, between the lines, he's threatening them a little bit here. Thor says he needs to go, and then one day, when least expected, he shall return, and he expected to find her well cared of. She needs a safe haven, Javok. She needs good night's sleep. Oak's head too busy talking the notice. Says the squirrel. I forgot his name. Radatusk. Forgive me. So, but then this old woman comes, and she says, my lord? Yes, mother. I like it when they have, you know, talking respect to each other. She says, she shall sleep in my home, and I will look after her. You are not frightened? You speak roughly, my lord, but your heart is true. A Draugr took my son when he was 9. Nothing frightened me since. I will raise her as my own. Come. So yeah, that's very nice. And so Thor asked about, you know, how it went in the past couple of weeks, maybe, because they haven't seen each other for a very long time. And so Thor then asked the troll to train the villagers against the Draugr, but the Draugr is now coming, you know, more a threat there. So Thor will look into that a little bit later, but then we see that Drifa is still restless and she dreams about her papa. Thor stays outside, and Javok says, "Hey, why don't you go to sleep? I will look out for, you know, for danger, etc." But Thor says, "No, I need to stay here because he wants to look after Drifa, and he thinks that's really important." He says, "I want to be certain she is all right. She's seen more today than any child should, and you feel responsible. I must hope I may be able to grant her some rest." But then out of nowhere, a figure comes, and it's Drifa. She says, "Wake up, sluggard." "Drifa, you're very quiet." Well, she's a black elf, and, you know, black elves are good at stealth, etc. She says, "You're going to enter Helmheim, aren't you? I can see clearly, but this is much I know. You want to try to stop the dead from walking the Dusklands." We mustn't forget that Drifa is some kind of a seer. She can look in, I don't know, the lives of certain people, or maybe into the future. I'm not entirely sure. And so Thor says, "They threaten every living thing." And he wants to apologize about, you know, her parents again. And she says it's all right. "They carried their weirds in their hands to live and die as they wished. I saw them together in my dreams tonight. I'm glad, Drifa. I'm sorry you have to carry this burden." And but she has a favor to ask once more. She says, "Would you call me Snowflake again, please?" And Thor says, it would be my honor, but you must call me Thor. I will, but I dreamed about your journey. The price you'll find will not be what it seems, but I don't know what the dream meant. Thank you, Snowflake. Now hurry back to bed before, what's her name? Ira awakens and discover you're missing. Ira is probably the old woman that's taking care of her. And she says, be careful, Thor. I will, Snowflake. You too, look for me in the gloaming. I'll be back someday. What an ending. It's so cool. And that leads us to book 3, volume 3, that I don't have that in floppy form. I only have that in hardcover because I have all 3 hardcovers. So it's The Breaking of Helmheim. If I remember it correctly, that's the name of volume 3. So unfortunately, I cannot show you that because, well, maybe I can. But then I have to, it's going to be a little bit, it's not impossible, but I never, how do you say, reviewed a hardcover before. Maybe we'll try that. I figure it out a way to make that work somehow. I need to think about that. Anyway, again, this is a fantastic book. It's very hard to get out here still, which is a shame. This comic deserves a reprint, more hardcovers or softcovers. I hope you guys can find it. I definitely recommend this. So again, this is my review of Ragnarok issue number 12. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like the video. And if you like what you see, please consider subscribing to my channel. Like my video. Leave a comment. That's important because I like to engage with you guys. And again, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. It means a lot to me. Good night. Good day. Have a great day. And I'll see you tomorrow.